Hello everybody, my name is Kitetsu and welcome back to my channel. So as I said this morning, we are neck deep in Warhammer Fest and the news has been absolutely relentless. I have got so many videos planned to make tonight on all of these updates that we've had, and to be honest, I can't keep up with it all because every time I think I'm up to date with the video I've currently made, they release a whole load of new information and I'm constantly playing catch up. But what I want to do in this video is run through this article here where they talk about what the new edition is and basically just an overview of everything to do with it, and briefly mention all of the new announcements that have come on the blog, because by now they've shown all of these figures. We've got a brand new Stormcast chamber called the Sacrosanct Chamber. We've also got this incredible new Forge World dragon. I mean, look at that. It's absolutely incredible. This is a Khorne Lord on dragon, and apparently it's the biggest Age of Sigmar kit that they've ever made. In fact, it looks a lot like Smaug from The Hobbit in the sense of scale, at least. Look at him there next to a normal person. This thing is probably not going to be cheap, but way down the bottom here somewhere, I mean, look at all of this. This is like one day's worth of news. But way down the bottom here, we get to more of the Age of Sigmar stuff. Here we go. So we've got the new Night Haunts army, which is coming out, which looks absolutely incredible. And there's going to be a new Battletome, all sorts of crazy new stuff. I don't really want to talk about it in this video because there's just too much to cover. What I'm actually going to do is try and get a second video up tonight as well, and that one's going to look at the Night Haunts, and then if there's time, dare I say it, a fourth video, which is going to be on the new Stormcast chamber. So I'm working hard today, but hey, it's worth it. So down the bottom here, we've got this little bit of information saying, yes, there's going to be a new edition. We've got something about this malign sorcery, which is this whole concept of having magic that you can kind of cast into a physical thing on the battlefield. That's pretty cool. I mean, we've seen this one before quite a few months ago, but I didn't realize they were actually going to like roll with this so much. But that's interesting. We've got the new videos on the Night Haunts and the new chamber for the Stormcast. There's going to be an official podcast, which is pretty cool, for catching up on the latest news, and they're going to have the Hammerhow Herald. That's basically like the regimental standard for 40k, I'm guessing. There's also going to be a new webcomic called Role Models, and apparently it's going to be quite funny and explore the lighter side of the Stormcast, so that's there for you if you're interested in that. But yes, that's pretty much all of the stuff on this article, and as I said, I will go into the specific factions in more detail in a second and third video following on from this one. And wow, I wish I had a big giant poster of that, but okay, let's take a look at the new edition. So obviously up until now, the narrative has all been based around the Realm Gate Wars, and now we're going into Malign Portents being the proper full narrative that the game is set in. We've got this lovely bit of artwork here, which we were actually looking at this morning in my video, but it wasn't as clear as this, but that's really cool. And again, you see that little Knight of Shrouds on his horse thing, but we will see all of these models in much greater detail shortly. So the new edition is coming in June, as are all the new models, which is literally not long to wait at all. It's the 12th of May at the moment, so we're only a few short weeks away from this massive reveal. And I love the fact that they haven't shown us this too like early, because sometimes we have to wait so long after their little sneak previews before the real things materialize. But we can have all new rules, new background, we can have new miniatures. One thing that I'm very keen on is the fact that they're actually going to produce maps of all the realms. I've said this so many times, but the realms have been far too vague. I mean, people didn't even know what they were until recently, so it's a nice little touch that they've done this, and now you can actually see, for example, where Hammerhow is in relation to, for example, the gates below in one of the Malign Portents stories there. So that's awesome, and it makes the realms actually start to feel like real places. It's what they've needed to do for a long time. But the cool thing is, apparently there's going to be an awful lot of extra lore crammed in there as well. So it says, for example, here, have you ever wondered what life was like in the realm of beasts during the Age of Myth? It's all in there. So as it says here, they're trying to create Age of Sigmar into a living, breathing fantasy world. And really that's what we wanted all along. Then it starts talking about the refined gameplay, and we've got a picture here of some of the new models, which is pretty cool. I mean, let me zoom out a little bit. You can see these awesome looking archers or crossbow men and women, whatever they are. The new Knight of Shrouds on the horse over there. so this is all pretty exciting stuff. We'll talk about them more soon. Apparently it's going to be the most comprehensive look at the rules since the first General's Handbook, and we all know exactly how that revolutionized the game. So that's a pretty bold claim indeed, Games Workshop, and let's hope you can live up to the expectations of what you're saying. The good thing is they're trying to make the game faster, cleaner, more fun to play, and to be honest, it looks like they've been working with a lot of people and taking on a lot of feedback from all of us as a community of players. As it says here, they think they've made the tightest rule set that Age of Sigmar has ever had, and it tells us that we will hear a lot more about this over the coming weeks, as you would expect. This bit's all about multiplayer clashes. There's going to be lots of ways to play, etc, etc. Here we go, new content every single day. Let's hope I have the time to actually cover all of this stuff, because it sounds pretty intense. Now, the very last thing I want to talk about in this article is this little document here, Your Questions Answered. So first of all, it says Age of Sigmar's been out for 3 years now, which, to be honest, I can't believe it's even been that long. It's gone so quickly. But as it summarises here, there have been so many changes since Age of Sigmar came out. Like, it's a totally different beast now to when it was first launched. And basically, they're saying that a new edition is coming out because they want to continue that trend of expanding it into something better, continually making it an improvement over what we've got. Can you still use your army? I mean, obviously. I think there would be a bit of outrage if that was the case, that they were suddenly writing off every figure again, like they did with half the ones in Fantasy. But we've covered that in another video. Do I have to buy a new rulebook? As always with Age of Sigmar, you don't have to buy anything. It's there as a kind of optional thing. The core rules are going to be free. The War Scrolls are still going to be free, but the new book is going to contain tons of stuff. They're calling it the core book. It will, of course, have all of the rules in there. It's going to have the allegiance abilities for each of the 4 Grand Alliances, kind of like what we see in the General's Handbook. There's going to be Realms of Battle rules for 7 of the realms. Again, I think we've got that in General's Handbook 2017. But this is the bit that I'm excited about. The 200 pages of background on the mortal realms and the factions. They're calling it the most comprehensive guide to fighting fantasy battles that they've ever produced by far. And if you've ever looked at the Realm Gate War books, like those massive £30 tomes or however much they cost, they're quite expensive actually. I think they might even be more. Again, it's another tool claim to say that this is the most comprehensive guide, so I'm very excited about it. You guys know that I love the books. Can you still use your battle tome? Yes, and that's actually quite interesting because it suggests that the fundamentals of how the games are played is actually going to be quite similar in terms of like the hit system, the wound system, the saves, all of that stuff, the movement. But what changes are coming? It's going to be recognisably the same game, and it's not going to be a complete makeover. It's kind of like an evolution, they're calling it here. And apparently it's all about subtle changes, turn sequences, and changes to the match play points. I can't remember where I read it, but somewhere it says that they're actually bringing a command point system to the game over from 40k, so that's interesting. I guess we'll have to wait till the book's out to see how we should really feel about that. The General's Handbook is still going to stay. I mean, I was expecting by now, being May, to have heard something already about the new General's Handbook 2018, and obviously it's because this was in the works. Are there going to be new models? Of course, we already know that, but the important thing here is it says there's going to be new miniatures for every single Grand Alliance. So basically that means hopefully we're going to get some new destruction models as well, because I think they could really do with some too. But yep, that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover in this article. I think this is all shaping up to be something incredibly exciting and special for Age of Sigmar, and to me it just feels amazing that I get to sort of sit here and talk about it all with you guys and hear what all of your responses are. I've been reading your comments all day. They've been absolutely amazing, and the support for my video this morning was phenomenal. It says there it's had 2,600 views. In fact, it's had about 1,000 more than that, and this is way behind what I see as a creator. But yeah, it's about time we had some massive overhaul to Age of Sigmar. I'm very excited about it. I hope you guys are too. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on all of this, and hopefully I will be back really soon with my look at the Night Haunts, because they look absolutely insane and crazy. The models look so good, and I can't wait to talk about them with you guys. But yep, for now, thank you so much for watching. Stay awesome. Don't forget to hit the like button to show me that you want more videos. Like, that's the best way to support me. Also, hit that sub button if you're new to the channel, and don't forget to hit the little bell icon so you know when my videos come out. And otherwise, keep doing what you guys do, and I will speak to you really soon.